All right, y'all. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back to another episode of Empower Huddle on What's the Biz 559.
Yay!
Hi. How you doing, girlfriend?
Oh, I'm here.
You look cute.
Thank you.
I have one like that.
Do you?
We gotta start taking pictures of our outfits. So
I know. We can correlate. Girl, if I knew you was going to be flashing the red today, I got something red too.
Yes.
But that looks good.
Thank you.
You're beautiful, as always.
How was your weekend?
It was nice. I had a really good, relaxing, just splendid weekend.
Yes. Good.
Yes.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here. Lord willing. No.
Amen.
How y'all doing out there? Hope you guys are doing good. Thank you again for tuning in to Empower Huddle on What's the Biz 559. I'm your host, Danica Dorsey, and
I'm Darnell Rivera, life transformation coach.
yeah, this is my Nina right here, y'all. My Nina girl. And we are actually preparing for a successful new year.
Absolutely.
Yes. I get excited around this time. This time of year is really the season. It starts about October for me. Last quarter. I really take the last quarter of the year serious.
Yeah.
It's game time for me. It's like it's a season of planning and prepping for the following year. Even
closing
at work.
out some stuff.
Yes.
Letting go of some stuff.
Reflection. And it just so happens to work. My birthday's in the fourth quarter of the year. And so it just all kind of goes together. And it's really a time of just reflection and gratefulness and just looking back on the year. Yeah. So we're going to hit y'all with some facts and some tips, more tips and tools and to support preparing for a successful new year.
Yes.
Preparing for a successful new year is crucial, you guys.
Yes.
It can set the stage for big wins, personal growth, achievements, and fulfillment. First, you want to reflect on the past year, which for us right now is the current year, and the experiences, everything that went well, everything that didn't go well, and everything that you would probably do different for the coming year. And learn from the year before or our current year right now and envision a clear path forward. So here are some tips that we're going to share with you guys to get started. So a couple of shows before we talked about setting goals. It was on a good show. It was on. Yes, it was. It was during our mind body. It was a mindset episode series that we did, mind, body, and soul. And one of the tips that we want to share with you today is setting clear and attainable goals by using the SMART, S-M-A-R-T, the SMART goals acronyms that we shared with you guys, which S is specific, M is measurable, A is attainable, R is relevant, and T being for time bound. So that is something that you can use to guide you when you're setting your goals for the new year coming. Are they specific goals? Are they measurable? What are you measuring them up to be, or measuring them with next to side by side if you're a visionary? Attainable. Can you attain these goals? Are they attainable? Is it something that you can work towards? Or are they just like extravagant goals?
Unrealistic,
yeah. Right? Unrealistic. Yeah. That's kind of what we have for our lives. Like when we have I'm gonna hit the lotto. Like, really, you don't even play. Like, that's so unrealistic. But relevant. Is it relevant to what you've got going on in your life right now, or even the next 3 to 6 months? And time bound. Put a timestamp on that. When would you like to achieve that goal? Also creating a plan of action, not just the plan, but the plan of action. Develop a detailed plan outlining. Developing that will help you achieve your goals. Yes. Determine the necessary steps, resources, and the timelines that require you to achieve that goal. And having a well thought out plan increases the likelihood of and helps you stay focused and organized, which is huge, and disciplined. Yes. Which is something that, man, I've had to learn. I had the organization down, but the discipline behind it.
Yeah, especially if you're shifting really your budget for like the new year, or you're trying to maybe save a little bit more money. That discipline's gonna help.
And the biggest goal that people always put on themselves is, oh, I want to exercise, or I want to lose like 50 pounds. Start with maybe eating better every single day.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to
baby
things
steps.
like that, baby steps, you know, don't put such a heavy goal on yourself, because it really just shatters everything. You set yourself up for failure. Before you even get started. You know, start with the little things, you know, even look into things that, you know, people always want to start with. I'm going to be on a diet. You know, it's like that 4-letter word is going to like really just crush everything for you. But start by, you know, I just want to get healthy and better. Bigger picture, I want to make this a lifestyle thing, not just something that, you know, I want to lose 30 pounds so I can take this vacation in the summertime. You know, I feel like for me personally, once I start to limit myself in that area, then once I hit that, it's like, or I may not even hit it. But once I put that limit on myself, then it's harder for me to achieve that. But when I'm like, no, I need to make a lifestyle change. And that lifestyle change has to start by me doing, you know, X, Y, and Z, ABC.
Yeah. And you really want to monitor your language too, because like you said, diet, you know, versus lifestyle change.
Right.
What the word diet is so heavy.
It is.
You know, but lifestyle change. Yeah. Lifestyle change, because like when I hear the word diet, I think of all the diets that I used to be on and never completed or done right or whatever. But if you say a lifestyle change, that's for me, that's a more, I guess, word of grace that allows my mind to accept
it's
that
more
better.
Positive, because when you think of diet, you think of all the things you can't do. You think
restrictions.
A restriction. But when you think of like, no, I'm changing my life. Like I want to change my life
for
around
the betterment.
For the better. Yes, it's something that it just gives you those what is it called? The
endorphins.
Yes, that we need.
Absolutely.
So creating and reviewing your budget too is really big. I start to do that. I mean, I do a monthly budget, but I really do start to do that for the coming up year, in, like I said, in October. I kind of learned that from my job, though.
Do you budget by quarter, or do you just like 6 months?
I do by month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right now we do by month. I have not tried to do it by quarter, but being that we just started this business, like I'm even thinking about that too. Like, wow, what is going to be my budget for, not that I have like lots of money coming in yet for the business, but I really tend to mimic things that my job does. And I do learn the things. Good. So we do that. We do quarter reviews and all that in October. That's kind of just the month to do things is October. I know we're already in November, but October was just last month. So it's not too late to get started on reviewing the things that you want to get done for next year. And don't overwhelm yourself. You know, don't overwhelm yourself. Stick to a plan. Say, you know what, next week I'm going to work on budgeting, you know, on a Thursday at 6:00, pour you a glass of wine or whatever, or some juice or
some Kool-Aid.
Right. And do your budget. And then the following week or the following 2 weeks, you know, set a plan of action for your health.
I like how you said, like, don't put so much pressure on yourself. Yes. Allow yourself grace.
That. Yes, we tend to do that. It's like we have all these things we want to do, and they're all great things that we want to do, but that's how you get overwhelmed. At least that's how I get overwhelmed. And then you give up. And then it just becomes like something you push aside. And before you know it, it's March of next year. And it's like, what have I gotten done? No, let's start sticking to this. Let's start our plan of action ahead of time. We're in November now. We still have plenty of time to start planning for the following year. So I encourage you guys to get that done, your plan of action. Set those attainable goals that you want to do and work towards it. Stick to it. If it's reading a book a month or whatever it is, a book every 2 months, start somewhere and just keep gradually going.
Yes.
And watch you won't even recognize yourself next year by March.
You won't. If you stick to it.
What you got to say, Nina?
And just, you know, if you don't stick to it, allow yourself grace. You can just start all over again.
Yes.
Right?
Definitely.
I have a few that I wanted to talk about. Make sure that you stay flexible and adapt. Remain open to adjustments and adapt to changes as needed. We know life is uncertain, you know, so you plan for the new year, you have these expectations, but if things don't work out, you just, you know, breathe and just, I think it's really super essential that you stay flexible and you're willing to modify plans if necessary. Yes. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth and learning, always, right? And then the vision board, and I know you're a vision board queen as well. Every year I like to host a little gathering at my house.
Yay.
And we do vision boards, and you do the same thing.
Yes.
And I am teaching my grandkids, they all can tell you, even the teenagers, I'm big about that stuff. Visualizing, and I think creating a vision board just kind of helps you stay focused.
Yes.
And you don't have to have 100 things on your vision
Right.
board. Just, I mean, I break it up into quadrants.
Yeah.
Financial, personal, career, and some people have 6 quadrants. I like to stick to 4, and just things that you want to accomplish or have a breakthrough in. Vision boards are really super cool and fun.
Yes,
but
they are.
then prioritize your self-care and well-being in this coming new year.
Yes.
Sometimes when we reflect back, we get a little down on ourselves because maybe we didn't accomplish those things from last year that we wanted to. However, allow yourself grace, allow yourself love, and just say, hey, it's a new beginning. I get to do it and try again.
Yes.
And don't be so hard on yourself. So just make sure that, try to stay healthy, stay hydrated, try to get adequate rest and sleep, maintain your health. A lot of us, we always want to start in the new year. Everyone joins the gym, but commit to yourself that this year, no matter what happens, even if I don't make it to the gym, I'm going to try to eat better, and engage in better healthy habits for yourself. I think is super, super important.
I'm bad at that, though. I don't really give myself a lot of grace, which, I mean,
I think we all are in a sense.
But it's okay for me. I feel like I do all right with not giving myself too much grace. And let me tell you why. Because I feel like that stunts my growth.
If
I give myself too much grace.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it stunts my growth. And this is like a sidebar conversation, but I just, when I say, I do allow myself grace in certain areas, but when I'm really hard on myself because I hold myself up to a higher standard.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and yes, we absolutely should give ourselves grace, because sometimes it's like, dang, that wasn't even in my control. Things that happen, life just happened. So yeah, it wasn't in my control. This is where grace is needed for me. But when if I tell myself I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm being lazy, I'm not giving myself grace.
You're just lazy and tired?
I'm just lazy.
Well,
and sometimes we differ in that area.
Yeah.
Like sometimes my Nina is a lover of purse people, and I'm like, no, get your butt up and get up to the gym.
I'm not saying sell out. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about in those moments when I say grace, don't be so hard on yourself if you can't attain that goal.
Okay.
For whatever reason, whether it is that you're just being a lazy butt. Just don't be a lazy butt every single day.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
So let's clarify that.
Grace is needed, though. Thank you for giving me grace, Nina.
But just by following these simple little steps, you can lay a solid foundation for your success in the new year, and enabling you to pursue your goals and with clarity and determination, and most resilience.
Yes. I have a sweater that I wore on the show that said resilience.
Yes,
that's my favorite
resilience.
sweater ever.
Yeah, that's a good word. Resilience.
Vision board, though, real quick before we wrap this up, though, I love the vision board. I love how you break it up in 4s.
Quadrants,
Yes, it's I kind of do mine similar to that too, but true story though, and I won't give the dollar amount, but one year, it's so crazy, when I was doing my vision board, I was like, whatever you do, you put it out there in the universe. I pray over mine.
Yep.
I work towards it. It's not just something I put on my board and forget about it.
Actions.
It's definitely an actionable thing where it's like bullet points on that. And then of course it's fun to dream. It's fun to have vision. So I put the things like, I want to, work on these. I want to work with these certain actors, or I want to be like a famous actor. Just put it on there for fun, because it's, it's fun to do that stuff. But the, things that are relevant and that are relevant to me right now and that I can work on, I am putting those things on my vision boards, and it's more like a goal thing, but just to hold myself accountable. But my one year I had put, I want to be like #1 sales rep at my job, and I want to make this amount of money.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, the next year, it happened.
It's magical.
I'm like, it was very magical, down to the dollar amount.
Yeah, I can sit here and tell you all kinds of things. And in fact, one of my nephews says, "Oh my God, Auntie, you're like a manifester."
Yeah,
you know,
that's exactly what it is.
But even, I mean, I'm not a religious person or anything, but even biblically, it literally says to write on the tablets and to speak those things as though they are, and declare for yourself, and to visualize.
Yes.
And it's a very powerful tool.
And
it
really
works.
Is. It does work. It does work. Working towards it, putting out there, and visioning those things happening to you in your life.
Yes.
Amen to that.
Amen.
So remember, y'all, establish your goals, create an actionable plan for yourself, and prioritize self-improvement. Keyword. You can channel your efforts towards meaningful endeavors and cultivate a proactive mindset, empowering you and proactively shape your future, maximize your potential, and pursue a more purposeful and fulfilling life.
Absolutely.
Wishing you all a successful 2024. Excited. Let's do this, y'all.
Exciting.
Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.